welcome to episode 2 of Leading Your Legacy. Man, I'm so excited for this one, brother. Welcome to the podcast show, man. How you doing, brother?
I'm good, man. I'm good, bro. Thank you so much for having me, man.
Come on, man. It's going to be an exciting one because as those of you know, when you saw the first episode, we're giving a little flavor and introduction to, wagwan in the world of leading your legacy and talking a little bit more about, what does it mean to lead your legacy? And today we've got a very special and incredible brother who's really gonna share, his story. And let me give you a flavor of this man for you right here. Yeah, I'm gonna embarrass him a little bit still. I'm gonna embarrass him a little bit still. This brother right here, right? So if you think a brother's good at one thing or two things or three things, you're wrong. This brother right here is a polymath. So this brother is an actor, poet, creative, presenter, model, you name it in the creative world. He's probably done it. And this guy not only creates things that, for me personally, show the most vulnerable side of a human being, but he also tries to create ideas that really change the world based on his stories. So from his show that he's creating called Hey Ellis, which is an autobiographical family comedy show, and from the short films appearing from Amani to Sick, it's sick. Do you know what I'm saying? It's sick, bro. And it's amazing to see a brother coming up and trying to create things that really show his full vibrancy, from the poetry books that he's created from Deeper Insights, which we're going to be talking about in certain parts of this podcast show, to the other poetry book that he has coming up, which is Stories That Boys Don't Like.
That's a theatre play, bro. That's a theatre play.
Listen, we'll cut that.
That's a theatre play, bro.
A theatre play, my bad, that's a theatre play. There's a theatre play that's coming up. Yeah, man, there's just so many things you're doing, brother, that man, I'm really trying to understand and see from your perspective, bro. And first and foremost, bro, I really want you to come up and just show them, who are you, brother? Give them the background. Who is Ellis Witter, man?
Who is Ellis Witter? Ellis Witter, at heart, is a creative. I always knew that I was going to be someone. I always knew that I was going to leave a legacy no matter what. I always knew I wanted to be an actor. Had no idea how I'd make it. But I was like, hey, God, take the wheel.
Yeah, man.
So, yeah, literally from birth, man, I knew I was going to be someone. I knew I wasn't going to be average. Yeah. So right now, like you said, actor, scriptwriter, model, producer. I have my own production company, Listen Productions, my own show, my own poetry book.
Come on.
On Amazon, if you'd like to.
Plug it, my brother. Listen Productions presents.
We are now at an author. I also co-wrote a theatre play, Stories Boys Like to Tell.
That's it.
Yeah, man, I do a lot, and you know what? It's by the grace of God.
Yeah.
It's by the grace of God, and bro, I've overcome a lot personally. To give you more insight as well, I'm dyslexic, and the reason why I highlight this is because I want you to know that writing this book, writing shows, theatre plays, it's been a challenge for me. Not even personally, as in writing a book in itself is hard, but also, bro, I can't spell. Do you know what I mean? Just a matter of Ellis, how do you spell this? And I'm like.
Man.
But I've overcome it, and we're still learning, still growing, still getting better. But yeah, man, that's me in a nutshell. Hopefully that does it justice.
Honestly, I didn't give you introduction justice because you do so many things that reflect your character and your vibration. I'm trying to catch up. You know what I'm saying? I'm they've got the scene production, then man's got the poetry, but then you're doing all of these things that I'm just like, man, he's really trying to show the world.
Thank you.
Who does it mean to be me? Let me introduce myself. Like Jay-Z. So let me introduce myself. My name is Hove.
Heavy.
You don't know. You know what I'm saying? You're introducing yourself, and I love it because it really reflects the full being and character of somebody who, has most likely come through things that other people may not have expected, given the position in life that you are. Yeah. But it really just transmits this idea of, I'm here to serve, I'm here to show love, I'm here to show vulnerability, which I don't think society talks about enough. And you picked on a little bit, and we're going to go into it to some degree, but I really want to understand on that early journeys on boyhood, from that time you're in primary school, going to secondary school, when you're trying to formulate what does it mean to be me, and you're trying to think about what's going on here? Like, what is my existence mean? Like, just in whatever way that you think is most appropriate, like, just give the people listening just some detail into, like, what was that like for you and what was your experiences like?
Wow. So for me, I do, just a bit of backstory, I do therapy. I've been going therapy over a year and a half now, maybe like a year and 7-8 months now. So I do a lot of insight emotional work and whatnot, so I can express this fully. And I hope this doesn't trigger anyone, but here we go.
Trigger warning people.
Yeah,
trigger warning people.
Yeah,
big
bro.
letters flashing, bro.
We're gonna go there. So yeah,
Let's go there.
childhood was protected, and it was protected in a good way. I had a good childhood. I can't lie. You know, I wasn't a naughtiest kid. You know what I mean? We had some behavior issues.
Yeah, of course, bro. We all did.
Yeah, but I was a good kid overall. Transitioning into secondary school, I think you really start to like this is the next step in life, and you've got to learn to find your feet. And in finding your feet, it's hard, especially when you're young, because okay, cool, who are my friends? Who do I hang out with? How do I condone and approach myself as well? And you know, there was a time in secondary school where I was hanging around a big group of boys, you know, the popular boys and whatnot. And I was chilling in the stairwell, and I was just like, I actually don't like these guys.
Real life.
You know, I was there.
We've been there still.
Like, you guys ain't really my friends. Like, your acquaintances, I know.
Yeah.
And you see that word
That's
there,
crazy.
acquaintances.
That's crazy.
You got to learn the difference between acquaintances and friends.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because acquaintances, what's up, Wagwan?
100. Yeah.
That's it, bruv. You know what I mean? You're not gonna go buy me a Snickers bar if I ask it, are you? But you know, friends, you got to learn your friends as well. So there's a thing where I looked at their character and I was really like,
There's a no from me. There's a no from me.
So I was like, yeah, nah. And I see how you're lots acting around girls and yourselves. Nah, man. So I distance myself from them, and I'm like, let me go find my friends. And I went and found a good core group of friends. And you know, not everyone made the ride and whatnot. But again, in doing that, it's a learning experience. You know, you're here to learn in life. You're a life student, and life teaches you. Hey, it teaches you.
Yeah, imagine it teaches you. It teaches you.
I think it's just it's beautiful in it as well, because obviously there's that coming of age. Yeah, and you get from that stage of girls to
you know what I'm saying?
You know what's there, like
it's a cheeky one.
It's actually quite a
sweet one.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah. And the reason why I say this as well, because I wasn't a girlist. I didn't get girls like that.
I've been there, bro. Yeah.
I don't chase. I tell you now, hey.
Yeah, man.
I do not chase.
Not the ITV show. We're on the ITV show.
That's not the ITV show. That's hilarious. I don't chase, and I just can't do it. Like, I don't. I stand in my power.
Yeah, 100.
And I know, like, this is my kingdom. This is my crown.
Yeah, 100.
Why would I go over there?
Yeah.
I don't know Wagwan there.
You don't know Wagwan. Yeah.
I just always knew me, and that's like one of the best things that I've done. So I learned who I was. First, despite my difficulties, despite trigger warning, which I'll talk about in a minute.
Of course. Yeah, bro.
Despite all of that, I learned me. I learned like, okay, cool. This is what makes me happy. This is what makes me sad. This is who I like. This is who I don't like. This is my type. This is not my type. This is behaviors I like. This is not, and whatnot. And then I've always been the type of person to get the best out of myself. I push myself a lot, and I don't know. I'm here to leave a legacy. And I think you can't leave a legacy if you don't strive to be the best person of yourself.
100.
So that's just literally been my focus. That's why girls to me were like, you're there and you're paying, but you know, there was a time where I was in secondary school. I think I was in year 9. Yeah. And I didn't tell any of my friends this, but I actually had some filming to do, right? And I talked to my head teacher. And I was like, yo, I've got some film to do. If it's possible, I was allowed a certain amount of days off per calendar year, right? Which was like 9 days. Basically. That's hard. No, 8 days basically. So I was filming for 9 days. So I was like, let me try. So we patterned it with the head teacher. I said, gang, let's go. Yeah, let's get it. So I disappeared from school for like 9 days straight, which is like 2 weeks.
That's crazy.
For 2 weeks, I didn't tell anyone. I didn't tell my friends. They messaged me like, Ellis, where the hell are you? Are you alive?
That's mad.
I didn't tell anyone. And you know what? I was filming for EastEnders.
Oh wow,
yeah,
bro!
So that was one of my first. No, McDonald's
Yeah.
was my first, but yeah, that was one of my first.
Hey man, let's be real. Let's be real. We still got to make that
McDonald's
money.
was my first. You know what I mean? The kid was there. They put the burger. They put the fries.
Flip it.
They said, "Yeah, play with the toy." I said, "Calm."
Flip it.
Munch the fries, wax them.
Yeah, man.
Anyway,
Yeah.
I filmed for EastEnders for like 9 days straight,
That's crazy.
and I didn't tell anyone. Everyone's like, "Yo, Ellis, what the hell are you?"
Yeah,
Whatnot.
for real. Yeah.
Rock up on the 10th day. I was a bit late or whatnot. French lesson. Man walks in. You know the look of like,
Cool as can be. Yeah, man.
"You're alive?" That was literally the
I know
first
the
thing
feeling.
I
I
said.
know the
was
feeling. Yeah.
like, yeah. I was like,
Yeah.
"Where have you been?" Oh, I was filming. On what? EastEnders.
Yeah.
You're a character on EastEnders? I was like, "Yeah, but no, I'm here. Like, I gotta go to school.
You
Like,
know
I
what
have
I'm saying?
academic."
Don't try and.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? But even so, yeah, if I was calm.
Yeah.
But it's a thing where, again, I found not fame quite early, but I knew what I was doing
Yeah.
quite early, and I knew this is what I wanted to do.
Got you.
So for me, like,
Clarity.
I wanted to be an actor. Calm. Everything else, yeah.
Yeah.
So, like, you know, in maths when they're teaching you about quadratic equations and whatnot, I'm sitting there like, I will never use this in my life.
For real.
To
It's not
this
for you.
day.
It's not for you, bro.
I'm 22 years old. I have not used it
Pythagoras
once.
theorem, cos and sine, tan. Don't get me started on
You know
that.
what I'm saying, bruv? That's
Not
like
for
gang
me.
signs to me. You're throwing out gang signs.
You're throwing up some gibberish to me,
Cause
bro.
Santan, bang, gang, whatever. Yeah, so, I mean, I knew what I was doing from early, and I've always just done that.
100.
Done that. And, you know, I didn't do too well in my GCSEs, not gonna lie.
Yeah, man.
Hey, you know what I mean?
Yeah, man. If you
Like,
did,
yeah,
you did.
I got this.
No, it's a sticky one still.
I might get beaten for this one. And the reason why I highlight that is because I actually wanted to go to an acting college.
Yeah.
And obviously, your boy did not make that because the grades were crazy. But I was like, damn, what do I do?
Yeah.
So I ended up doing Amani, the short film.
Yeah.
You know, Amani's actually my cousin.
Yeah.
But that's not how I got it before you say
Yeah,
anything.
I know,
That's not how I got it.
man.
It's
You
not a
know what I'm
family
saying?
thing,
The
bruv.
haters don't
It's
try
not a
don't
family
try
thing,
doing
bruv.
that. Yeah.
Man put in work.
Nepo babe.
Nah, bro, I put in work. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you put in work, my
Do you know what I mean?
brother.
I've been doing this since day.
I know
So
you were speaking.
I put in work
Tell
and
them-
whatnot.
tell
So
them.
going into an audition room
Yeah.
and Javan Wade is sitting opposite me,
Yeah.
auditioning me.
Yeah,
Like Javan
100.
Wade,
You know, big
name
deal.
carries weight,
Big
bro.
deal,
You know what I mean?
big
And I'm
deal,
like, oh
yeah.
shit. A lot of people could crumble in that. And I was like, no, I'm here to do my thing.
100%.
Ended up getting, I was actually going to play the bully
Oh yeah.
originally.
Okay.
I was
Yeah.
going to play the bully.
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
Aye, man.
Hell yeah,
I
bro.
acting.
What do you want
know
me to
I'm
do,
saying?
bro?
Who am I badding up
Hey,
today,
man, I'm
man?
roughing up you, yeah, what? But yeah, no, I ended up, I called Amani because it was been a while, and I was like, yo, bro, what's going on? Like, not like, are we still doing this thing?
Yeah,
but
just to
like,
let you.
yeah,
What's
what I
good?
got, bro?
What's good?
And he's like, yeah, actually, bro, I actually want you to play me. I was like,
Yeah.
you know, in your brain actually has
Yeah.
to comprehend what you
I
heard.
know
and
the
I'm there
feeling.
like,
Yeah.
you want me to play you? Yeah.
That's the biggest compliment you can pay, man. Yeah.
Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's like, okay. And I said, bro, I'm down. And they were like, he said to me, oh, Ellis, we need a place to film. We need a house to film.
Yeah.
Can we, like, he asked me like on a limb or whatnot. I was like, oh, maybe, do you think we can maybe film at yours or something? I said, yes. I said, yes.
Love that.
I even told my parents, bruv. I said, yeah, this is happening.
Yeah, for real, man.
And
Let's make it
whatnot.
happen.
So,
Let's make it happen.
Yeah, Armani was filmed at my house. Like, not a lot of people know that.
That's crazy,
But
man.
it's actually filmed at my house.
That's beautiful.
Um,
yeah.
So I had a Hollywood star in my room.
For real. And bro, there's so much I want bro, there's so much I want to unpack in this experience, bro. There's so many places I want to go with this because, like, obviously you've spoken about the primary school times and how that was for you, and you know you're trying to find your friends and people are quite unauthentic, and you're finding out what's character like, and then it comes to gal, you're trying to figure out that, and then you're figuring out how do I make something of myself, you know what I'm saying, and how do I like curate this experience that I know where you putting that up, man. I know where you putting that. I know where you putting that.
Good.
We're gonna get into that as
Yeah.
well. But I really want to focus on that period in time where you started evolving from boyhood into manhood, and you started to really understand within that popularity, within that fame, within that accomplishment. What principles do you feel was really important and experiences that curated your character? Because the success is good, obviously. Armani did fantastic numbers, and the plot is like infamous
It's
now.
almost on 4 million views. It's like 50k away from it, and that's crazy. Like hit 1 million views on my 18th. I was like, rah,
bro,
me different. What?
Bro, it's different. It's
that's
different
what I'm saying.
sauce.
Yeah, but
it's
yeah, no,
sauce.
To answer your question, and this is why I mentioned trigger warning. So, when I was 9, 10, 11 years old, I was actually molested, right? And the reason why I say this is because it's a traumatical experience.
Yeah,
and
bro.
trauma shapes you.
It
so
does.
in that aspect, I lost part of my innocence, and I lost part of, not fully, but you lose a part of innocence within that and whatnot. And I didn't find this out about myself until I was 17 doing emotional work.
Yeah.
One of my colleagues got asked on a whim, and they were talking about it, and I got asked, and I was sitting there like, tears started coming,
the trauma.
everything started
I
like,
feel it, yeah, man.
and I was like, uh-oh. My body was like, uh-oh, what do we do? What do we do? What do we do? What do we do? We're crying. We don't cry. What's happening? What do we do?
For real.
And bro, it broke down, do you know what I mean? And reason why I say this is because obviously it shapes you.
Yeah.
And it makes you do a lot of questioning about yourself as well. So it's like, rah, does that make me gay then? Because man's taking advantage of me. No, that don't make me gay. It's like whatnot.
Yeah.
But the thing was, I was being validated within my experience, within my thing. It's like, no, this is not your fault.
100%.
This doesn't make you gay or
100%.
something.
Yeah.
If you want to be that, if you want to be gay and whatnot, that's fine. But you gotta understand, this doesn't make you who you are.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? So okay, cool, all right. Well, I'm thinking, wow, but girls do it for me. But then does that make me? And I'm thinking to myself, and then you gotta ask yourself, right, what actually works for me? Girls work for me.
There you go. Yeah.
I'm straight.
100%. Yeah.
So I mean, so
100%,
and that's no shade to anyone who has another answer to that question, but
100%.
To me, it's just like this is who I am, and it doesn't. So that caused a lot of conflict and war within me.
Yeah.
Because now I'm thinking to myself, right, so man doesn't get girls, right? Now I think
these situations happen.
Do you see what I'm saying? And I'm like, how do I
yeah.
deal with this?
Yeah.
And the person who did it was actually one of my cousins. Do you know what I'm saying?
That hurts. Yeah.
So, and this is someone where it's like, go over there, go get me 100. I wouldn't even think twice.
Yeah, man.
Do you know what I mean? You could even be like, yo, punch this guy in the face.
Oh no.
I'm decking you.
I know, man. There was
That's
loyalty
the thing,
attached
yeah.
to there.
That's the thing. So I was thinking to myself,
Yeah.
rah, that's how you did me.
Yeah.
Really?
100%.
And it took me like 4 months to even tell my parents, bruv.
Yeah.
4 months of internal conflicts, 4 months of like every night going to myself, go to bed, thinking to myself, what do I do?
What do you do, man?
And I told my parents it was one of the most hardest things I've done. But you know what? I'm so glad I did it.
100, bro.
And
proud of you.
Thank you, man. It was
so proud of you.
It was not easy. It was not easy.
Yeah.
And I'm just lucky that I had that support to fall back on.
Yeah.
And you know what? Within like 15 minutes telling my parents and whatnot, like certain people were calling me, messaging me, oh bro, I'm so proud of you and whatnot. And I found out within that same evening, it's happened to about 3 other people that I know. And I was like, hold on.
Yeah.
I wasn't even like, oh my gosh, it's happened. I was like, no. So it's happened to me. It's happened to, what's going on?
Yeah, it's too common.
And that's kind of how Stories Boys Like to Tell was sparked.
Right. Yeah.
Because these are stories boys don't like to tell.
100%.
The fact that you're questioning your own sexuality, the fact that you're questioning yourself, your whole identity, you know, it causes a lot of internal conflict. How does that look like for you, especially when you don't get girls, bro?
Yeah.
I don't want to. Okay, I'll say it. I don't care. I didn't lose my virginity till I was like 20.
Yeah.
Or like 21. Do you know what I mean? So you're thinking to yourself like, rah, bruv,
Yeah.
this is not even
Yeah,
happening.
I know what you mean, bro. I know what you mean.
And then it happens,
yeah,
and you're
yeah,
like,
yeah.
okay, cool, calm.
Yeah.
You know when you first get it, and you're like, hey.
I know. You got the
You're
confidence.
like,
You got the
what?
confidence. You got the
Talk
confidence.
to me, bro. Talk to me.
Yeah. But to talk to
But
me,
then after
baby.
a while, like, how it kind of happened, because the girl went abroad for a while, and I was like,
Yeah.
calm, one time thing.
Yeah, then leave it. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But then she was like to me, nah, Ellis, I actually want to be with you. And that
Yeah.
sparked more internal conflict, because I was like,
Right.
hang on,
Yeah.
why do you want to, like, all right, cool, we did what we did.
Yeah.
You're gone.
Yeah.
Now you want to be with me.
Yeah.
You've just gone for 8 months abroad,
Yeah,
different
yeah,
country.
Yeah.
You want to be with me.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't get girls.
I know.
How's this work?
It wasn't. Yeah, it wasn't
How did
your
we get
thing.
here?
Yeah, it wasn't your thing. Yeah.
And then, so I'm like, you got to ask yourself, all right, cool. Lovely girl and whatnot, but
Yeah.
can I do long distance?
Mm.
I can't do long distance. I'm sorry, I can't do it. So I'm like,
It's not happening. Yeah.
yeah, you better come back, bro. you better spin the block or something. You know what I'm saying?
Spin that coupe.
Yeah, but yeah,
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Turn the
You know what I'm saying, bro. Yeah, come back
crazy,
here
man.
right now, bro.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that to me
Yeah.
was like opened your eyes to that side of world. But okay,
Yeah.
stories boys I like to tell. It happens,
real,
bro.
for real,
We
for
lose
real.
our virginity at some point,
100%.
and
Yeah.
you know, that's how it kind of transitioned for me. And I was like, it opened my eyes to that side of world. And I'm like,
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
okay. And then you think back to yourself about all the baddies you might have fumbled. And you're like,
Yeah. Oh no.
don't get girls and I'm fumbling baddies. That's heartbreaking, bro. You know that one?
Yeah.
They're like, no.
Oh no. And bro,
Remember that one time when that girl looked at me a certain way and she,
bro, this is such a relatable experience, and I think particularly as men, like when we go through these conversations and you know we think about relationships and women, like a lot of the time the perspective is usually based on childhood. You
Yeah.
know, it's based on the first interaction that you had with a girl, and you're like, I remember the first
Yeah.
time I got a hug. You know what I'm saying? It was a big deal. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? You know when you get the
Yeah.
hug. You know what I'm saying? And you just put your hand around there.
you know when your
And
friends see you and they're like, yeah.
Yo, that was definitely me, and I was
Yeah.
so excited at that
Remember
time,
that.
and big misbehavior, and I feel like as I got into manhood, and you know, I took things very slow with women. I wasn't rushing into things, and a lot of man was like, there was one guy, I won't name him, but you know, he's not even far from the studio, and he must have told me when I was like young, like I had chopped like 15 girls, and man was only like what in school, college, like school days, like 15, 16.
Yeah.
And I think either he was gassing or you was making me feel insecure. And
There you go.
and I think insecurity, in your experience, came from the molesting.
There you go.
But it also came from the fact that I wasn't getting women. I wasn't getting that validation.
Do you know what's
And
funny?
there's a lot in that.
I actually didn't realize I was insecure till about like 2-3 weeks ago.
Mad.
I promise
What
you.
does it mean to you?
I was
What
doing
does-
an
yeah.
emotional workshop,
Yeah.
and then I felt, because again, the whole therapy, emotional well-being thing,
Yeah.
cool. So I'm feeling something's triggered me, right? Because basically one of my mates just got a girlfriend, and it's like he only just told us, man, now, and we're like, swear, okay. And for me, it was like this form has just formed itself.
Yeah.
And it's looking at me like, you wish that was you, huh? Yeah, look at you.
Even though,
Yeah, look at you, bro. And I'm there like, uh-oh.
Yeah.
And what is this?
Yeah.
What is it? I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
And I was being honest to the people there, and I was like, look, there's something here and I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
I was able to identify it as insecurity.
Yeah,
I was
got
like,
you.
wow, this is the first time I felt insecure.
Yeah.
And I think back to the past now, because I'm like, those times where I've had those feelings but I couldn't be able to express it, it's insecurity, bruv.
Yeah.
When my friend was telling me, oh yeah, man, I had this girl here, and like last week this girl was giving me this, and I'm there like,
I ain't got nothing.
do you know what I mean? You know what I mean, bro?
Yeah.
I don't even
Yeah.
want to go there. You know,
I
the
know,
first
I
time
know.
you discovered what the thing between your legs can do.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Do you know what I mean? That,
Yeah, it's different, it's
bro. Do you know what I
different.
mean?
Yeah.
And then it's like, yo, man, then, bro, have you done this thing where you know? And they're like, bro, I've been doing that since 11. And I'm like,
Yeah.
huh?
These man.
I just discovered it last week. Bro. What are you talking about? But
Yeah, go
in that
on,
as well,
go
that's
on, yeah.
insecurity as well, because
Yeah.
it forms a lot of, it forms itself in different ways,
Yeah.
and it triggers you in certain ways as well.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I was able to identify that.
Yeah, 100%. And I'm really glad you did identify, because for the betterment of, the insight that you provided in your book, which please just go and look it on Amazon, and please purchase it, because it really provides a really vulnerable insight into the perspective of somebody who's trying to figure out what love is, and trying to figure out what does it mean to get in relationships, and how is my experience with women shaping me, and all the internal narratives that I provide in myself. And we spoke about your perspectives on this, and the things that you're doing, and just touching on the book and deeper insights into the process of doing that whilst running a production company, whilst still acting. I know you're doing casting calls for other things that you're doing, which you're more than well to discuss. Like, how has that process been for you in your evolution in the process of becoming that person who's leading their legacy? Like, what's this season in life been like for you? Just talk to the people on that.
I love that question.
Yeah.
This season in life has been nurturing. Yeah. And it's been a developmental.
Developmental.
There we go. Thank you.
Yeah,
Dyslexic.
we got you, bro. We got you.
My brain just went.
We got great to make you great, bro. We got great.
So
to make you great, bro.
It's I've just been developing really, and in that aspect as well, it's like, okay, cool. I have these feelings and whatnot that I've been validated on and whatnot, but what do I do with them? Yeah. And I think everyone kind of expresses it in certain ways. I express mine in poetry. Yeah. And again, poetry, dyslexic thing, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I got that.
Okay, rah. Yeah. So, one evening, I was just on my phone. My friend, I'm sitting there on the mic on PlayStation, right? Yeah. My mate's gonna have dinner. I'm sitting there and I'm thinking to myself, I'm feeling away, but I don't know how to. Let me just jot it down.
Yeah,
Someone told me just jot it down.
Yeah.
So I was just writing it down. I'm like, okay, cool. You get into it. You're like, okay.
Yeah.
And I was like, cool, finish. I read it back. I was like, raw.
Yeah.
Okay, is that me? Yeah. You know what I mean?
You feel like a boss in it.
And do you know what? Do you know what? This is an exclusive detail, bruv.
Yeah.
The first poem I ever wrote was A Matter of My Heart. That was the first one I've ever wrote. And I wrote that and I was like, oh.
Man, that's a matter of the heart, boy. Yo, that's a matter of the heart still.
I said, I'm cold. So I was like, all right, cool.
Yeah,
let me get jotting.
Yeah.
And I said, cool. All right, cool. I'm feeling away. All right, cool. And before you know it, I had a catalogue. And after a few months, I was like, okay, cool. What do I do with this? And something happened between me and my mentor, right? It's some BS, right? But basically, we had some time apart from each other, right? Yeah. And we both going through our own stuff. Yeah. So in that season as well, which is another thing that no one tells you about. You know, you'll have seasons where you're not with people. Yeah. That you are with, that you're like this with.
Day ones.
Right.
Yeah.
And in that you're like, what the hell do I do? Yeah. And whatnot. And then I just kind of had the idea to just do a book. Yeah. And it's just such a wild idea. But I was like, well, hang on, I've got the catalogue. I pick out my ones. All right, cool. Put them all together. All right, cool. All right, cool. How do I break it up though? I don't just want poem. Yeah. Let me, okay, cool. Let me add my own quotes into it and whatnot. Okay.
100.
Right, all right, cool. Now it's together. Oh, I need a front cover. Every book needs a good front cover.
100%.
Whatnot. Oh, I done a photo shoot a year ago. Do you know what I mean? Let me...
A cheeky photo.
What do I do? What am I call it? Deeper insights.
Yeah, you done know.
Do you know what I mean? And I was like, yeah. And I put it all together, and I was like, But it was very much for me like a new season of development, because I'm like, okay, cool. I'm actually about to put this out into the world. Yeah. Like, people I know that I don't really get girls like that.
Yeah, 100%.
People are gonna know that this stuff about me, and I'm like,
insecurity kicks in.
But do you know what?
Yeah.
I did Amani, scared the hell out of me, but look where I at. I did Sick, scared the hell out of me, but look where I at. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? I've been walking with uncomfortability for a while, so I'm like, hey, this is just the next phase. Yeah. So I put it out there, and
the reception,
it was just brilliant. The reception was brilliant. Quite a lot of girls liked it. A lot of girls liked it,
they love the vulnerability.
I'm seeing some baddies like it. I'm like,
they love the vulnerability.
I'm like,
they love the vulnerability.
I'm like, okay, this is what we're saying. But I wasn't even focused on that. Yeah. Obviously, it's a perk,
nice,
you realise.
nice,
but it's like, no, I'm actually putting my own book. I don't know who's just going to help. And you know what? Ever since I've done that, I've been so happy with the amount of people who picked it up. even the messages, the conversations, bruv.
Yeah.
I think I'm not gonna say his name, but from Future Boss,
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
He messaged me the other day. He was like, "Oh, bro, I was just writing poetry," and he wrote something and he sat back, read it, and he was like, "Yeah, deeper insights inspired this." I was like,
beautiful, bro. That's legacy right there.
Do you see what I'm saying?
That's
But
legacy right there.
That's something I would never expect to experience.
Yeah, 100.
Ever.
Yeah.
But now I'm like, okay, no, man's actually an author.
Yeah.
Like, I'm actually an author.
People are reading your insights and taking it in on a deep level.
Book, bruv. People can buy it right now, bruv.
You know what I'm saying?
And man's written about certain girls in there, bruv. I don't know if they've read the book or not.
You don't
but
know.
Hey,
sometimes it's a blessing.
You see what I'm saying? And that's good, because even if they didn't or they did, they kind of know where my mind's at with them. Do you know what I mean? Because if it's not even a hate thing.
Yeah.
It's a thing of, all right, cool, I've gone through the motions. This is where I'm at. This is how it made me feel.
Yeah.
People don't really talk about that.
100%.
Girls are good at expressing their feelings, but when it comes to men, hey.
Yeah, we don't really express it. And I think this is going to be a really important platform to have these conversations as men, because I think, you know, we don't really have these, you know, narratives portrayed, particularly in African Caribbean heritage community, 100%. Where, you know, we're able to be vulnerable. You know, I was at an event quite recently, and at the event we were talking about how there's so many tropes and stereotypes that come into play when you're thinking about, you know, what is it like to be black? What is it like to be African? What is it like to be Caribbean? And how is that portrayed? And a lot of the stereotypes and the tropes were people saying about the strong black woman, or about, you know, black men, you know, being seen as trash, you know what I'm saying? Or, you know, black men aren't allowed to be weak. Black women aren't allowed to be weak. We're just aggressive. You know what I'm saying? There's so much negativity, but I don't think we do it. I just think there's a consensus in society that these conversations are acceptable, and I don't think that should be the case. And we won't be promoting that on this platform. So we won't be promoting that on this platform. So I want these conversations to, as you've shown and as we will go on to show, like, how do we create these spaces where we can be vulnerable, where we can talk about things that matter? You know, there's so many things that you said that I'm like, I wish we could go into that, but I think just due to time, like, we're not going to be able to go to that fullest extent. We may have to do another part 2 of this, because I feel like there's so many beautiful things that you shared, which I think are just so important to really break down and isolate into its different components, like, you know, finding friendships when you're a child, and, you know, what is the problems in that, like, when it comes down to, you know, secondary school, like, you know, you're having all the success, like, you know, what is it like to experience success at an early age? I'd love to go in that conversation with you, because, you know, you experienced an extreme level of success, you know, before you were an adult, and, you know, going into adulthood, it was natural for you to feel like, I'm gonna be successful like this, because I've already been a success, and I hope the people listening to this and watching this will know that, you know, your success doesn't come down to the views. It doesn't come down to, you know, the visibility of your expertise. For me, your success is how you're able to connect with what's around you in order to maximize impact for what you think is important to you. And I want to go into this before we come to like a closing point. I'm just hearing more about, you know, what advice and perspective you share with people based on your experiences. But when we was at the River Nile, and I'll share that, and we had that spiritual experience where we was connecting with the vibrations and the frequencies of the earth, of the water, of, you know, of Africa as a continent. You know, I think there was so much in that experience that I saw you have at that time, which I don't know what degree it shaped, you know, your perspective coming back to London, as I know it was the first time in the motherland for you. But going into this final segment, like, I really love to speak more about, you know, what did the motherland do for you as a man, and what things do you want people to understand about their lives and legacies based on your experiences?
Also, real quick, was the Jingo River.
Jingo River?
Yeah, the start of the River Nile.
Start of the River Nile. Thanks for the correction, brother. Thanks for
so
the correction. That's good. The Jingo River.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know. I'm Jingo River. The Jingo River. We'll call it the Jingo River.
What did it do for me? It opened my eyes. It opened my eyes to it all. I think in again, that experience, bro, it was just so beautiful. Yeah. It was just such a beautiful thing. And when it's just such a beautiful thing, you just can't help but admire it. Yeah. You know, when you see a 10-10, bruv. Yeah. You know, you're like, wow. Yeah. You just admire it. Yeah. And it really opened my eyes, because, all right, man's in the motherland. I'm so out of my comfort zone. Yeah. I'm so far out of my comfort zone. But you know what? I feel like I'm thriving.
100%.
and that was like, okay, raw.
Yeah.
I'm completely uncomfortable, but I'm so comfortable.
Yeah.
And I'm having this beautiful feeling within me, like, wow, my soul's at peace,
Yeah.
my heart's at peace,
Yeah.
my mind's at peace.
Yeah.
I'm just at peace, bro, and I'm happy. And I'm doing it with essentially family.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And no one's gonna look at me different if man starts crying, or no one's gonna
100%.
look at me different if, I don't know, I have a moment.
Yeah, 100, bro.
And it was just such a beautiful experience.
Yeah.
It really opened my eyes to Africa in itself.
Yeah.
Because obviously I've been to Jamaica before, but I mean,
Yeah.
this is the first time in Uganda.
Yeah.
And I'm having like the time of my life. Do you know what I mean?
Understatement.
And
yeah,
now I'm
bro.
here having seen this beautiful thing, and I'm just like, oh my gosh,
Yeah.
what is life?
Yeah, yeah. What is life? What is life?
What is this London?
He's a tired.
What is this London life?
What
What
is
is
the London
this weather?
living? What is going on
Look
here?
at this.
I just
saw you.
So that's the thing. I was just there like,
yeah, bro.
there is a whole planet.
Whole planet.
A whole planet
A
to
whole
explore.
planet. Yeah.
And whatnot. So I understand why people travel now, because I'm like, okay,
the whole planet to explore.
this weather is nuts.
Different.
But-
It's different, bro.
Yeah, no, I really
Yeah.
opened my eyes. And the second part of the question, I think, was like, what did it do for me?
Yeah, what did it do for you, and what can people learn from, how you've been leading your legacy, throughout these experiences for you? So taking all the experience into account, you shared like, what do you want people to remember or leave with them as we go into the close?
Everything that you've been through is valid.
Yeah.
It's validated and whatnot.
Yeah.
People don't get a lot of validation, especially men.
Yeah.
So your feelings are validated, your emotions are validated, your experiences are validated.
Yeah.
Everything that you've been through is validated.
Yeah.
And in doing that, I've always had like a growth mindset.
Yeah.
Like one of my sayings is, it doesn't matter what happened to you, what matters is how you deal with it.
100%.
So it doesn't really matter that I was molested.
Say that again, brother.
It doesn't matter what happened to you, what matters is how you deal with it.
Yeah. Real.
So again, it doesn't
Remember
matter that
that.
I was
Yeah.
molested, right?
Yeah.
What matters is how I dealt with it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It allowed me to grow. I faced that skeleton in my closet and I was like,
Yeah.
and whatnot.
100.
I told my parents, I confronted the guy.
Yeah.
I confronted the guy.
You told
And
him.
you know what? It was scary.
Yeah, of course.
But
You were
again,
young.
it was something that I wasn't like, again, I wasn't really phased.
Yeah.
I wasn't really phased because I knew, like, again, purpose, legacy, God's thrown this hurdle in front of me.
Yeah.
How the hell am I going to climb this hurdle? I'm
Yeah.
going to climb the hurdle, bro.
Climb the hurdle, my brother.
I'm a, hey! And, yeah, that's the thing. I think I want people to look at me and think, this is doable.
This is doable.
I look at my Instagram as well, like, I kind of show and showcase my journey.
Yeah.
And I don't do that selfishly because I want likes, views,
No,
and attention.
no.
I do it because I want you to show you that this
Yeah,
is
this is
possible. This is
possible.
how I'm doing it.
This is possible.
And
Yeah.
look at all the stuff I've been able to do.
Mm.
So all the stuff that you're like, oh no, man, I can't do that. Man can't do it. Man's doing it.
Yeah.
Man's doing it.
Yeah.
So I want you to know that it's doable, that everything's valid, your emotions especially, that there's safe spaces, that you're not alone in your experiences and whatnot. And yeah, man, it's just all part of leading a legacy.
Yeah, 100, bro. And I love that because, it really goes to show about the importance of character and the importance of not character to say like, oh, like man just got character because, man got bad grades and then man got good grades and man went to uni and man graduated. It's not about that.
Yeah.
It's about when you go through real life problems and you need real life solutions, what do you do?
Yeah.
And I think it's really important to understand and see that narrative because there's so many things that I've gone through in my life where, if I let it break me, if I let Grenfell Tower, and I saw that, if I let that break, man, then we wouldn't be here. You know what I'm saying? I'm in a mental health institution just down the road. Like, if my friend got stabbed when I'm younger and I'm like, I'm on it, and then I go to jail, like I've let that break me because now I become institutionalized because I'm going for vengeance. I'm not going for, elevation. And I think there's so many things that our experiences can really show the next generation in terms of like, we don't deal with problems like this. We deal with elevation. We don't deal with degradation. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? We deal with it we deal with it appropriately.
Yeah.
And I think what you said is really inspiring to that means. So, you know, for those that are really tuned in, you know, I really thank you for your time, my brother.
Thank you for having me,
You
man.
know, it's been a beautiful conversation, and it's given me to reflect on myself in terms of, you know, what does legacy mean within manhood to boyhood, and, you know, how does the experiences that you have in relationships dictate the way that you grow, and even experiences such as, you know, being molested and sexual assault. Like, what is the importance of understanding the impact that it has on the psyche and the mindset of somebody who's going through all of these elevated
Do you know what?
points.
Let me say something quickly
Go for it, bro. Go
wrap
for
this
it.
up.
Yeah, go for it,
So
brother.
literally after this, I'm going to auditions for Stories Boys I Like to Tell. So I'm literally going to be hosting it.
Fantastic
whatnot.
news. Yeah.
And
Tell them.
off the back of that, once we confirm the actors and whatnot, we're going to be workshopping it for 8 weeks.
Good.
So again, not only like, all right, cool, learn the play and whatnot, we're gonna whatnot, but also we have like an emotional support therapist that's going to be on board as well. So if there's something that triggers you, hey, you have help. You're going to have that guidance. You're going to have that emotional support and whatnot.
Yeah.
And then off the back of that, then we'll showcase it to audience, and then we'll go on from there.
Yeah.
But the reason why I say this as well is because creating a safe space.
Yeah.
It's understanding who you are, no matter what you've been through, no matter what you've done and whatnot. And you know what? And this is what I love about you as well. You've always stayed to your ethics and morals.
100%.
Yeah. You're a great person, brother.
Thank you.
And so are you great.
Thank you, man.
But you've always stayed. So are you, cameraman.
So are you. Edit. We'll edit that.
But you know what? No, it's the thing. You've got to give flowers when flowers are due, innit? We don't.
100.
Only time we'll probably get flowers is on our grave. No, that's not how it should be.
I don't want flowers on the grave.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm here, bruv. Give me my flowers.
Yeah, 100%.
And you've both stuck to your morals and ethics, and I think that's such a beautiful thing because, again, we've all had situations where we're like, you could let that slide and whatnot.
Easily,
but it's like, no, this is who I am. This is who I am. So again, as well, it's like, even with regards to girls and whatnot, it's like I'm not sleeping with everyone.
100%.
I'm not doing it,
we
man.
We don't do them things.
I can't do it, bro.
We don't do them things.
You know?
Make sure you don't do it again. Simon.
Do you know what I mean? But it's just such a sacred act. Like, you can't just do it with everyone.
Yeah.
So again, that's morals and ethics as well. So you've always stuck to that, man. And I've got to give you both your flowers for that.
Thank you, brother. Thank you. Really appreciate that. Really appreciate that, man. And thank you guys for tuning in. You know, really appreciate your time as well. We really hope that you take time to reflect on, you know, this conversation. You know, there'll be so many jewels and wisdom shared by my brother here, you know, to really elevate your perspective and help you lead your legacy. So, you know, brother, tell them where they can find you. Yes. Tell them more about the book and tell them things that you want them to check out.
My book, Deeper Insights, is available on Amazon. I've got an Audible version as well. So physical, digital, and Audible.
Yeah.
Nice. So that's available on Amazon. You can get that. Look out for me on Instagram. My Instagram is King Ellis W.
Yep.
KNGELLISW. The reason why I've kind of named myself King is because it's like an affirmation for me. Yeah. Not on the egotistical thing.
100%.
But like this is who I am. This is a king. Like.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So, King Ellis W on Instagram. Yeah. Twitter, Ellis Witter. Yeah, man, just look out for me. Look out for my production company, Listen Productions.
Yeah.
You'll see me. You'll see me. You'll see me. But yeah, thank you so much, man. Thank you for having me. I really do appreciate it. It means a lot to me.
Come on, brother. Only right to have you the first guest on Leading Your Legacy. So yeah, man. Thank you guys again. Hope to see you in the next one. And until then, lead your legacy.